Okay, gang. So we are now going to compare the smooth cone WGS G10A or Alnico magnet speaker to the ribbed cone. Okay, I'm using this pig nose right here. This is what we're listening to, is a pig nose, okay? And loaded in the pig nose is the ribbed version. Over here in the Champ 2 cabinet, I have the smooth cone version loaded. You'll notice there's no pilot light on. We're not using the Champ 2 as anything other than just a cabinet. It's right about the same overall cubic volume as the pig nose cabinet, and both of them are fully open back cabinets, okay? The pig nose might be just a tad larger, but it's made of really cheap wood. The Champ 2 is actually made of finger-jointed pine, so, you know, hey. But basically, they're both about as small as a cabinet can be and still hold a 10-inch speaker, okay? And this, by the way, will be my first time ever hearing the smooth cone speaker, so I don't really know what we're going to get. But let's see what we do have here, okay? I'm on a clean sound right now, and I'm gonna start out over here on the Ribcone WGS G10A, which I'm pretty familiar with and I absolutely am in love with. Okay, that's that beautiful tone that I love in clean setting. Let's go over to the, actually, I'll play a little bit of that, and then I'll switch quick for you, okay? Okay, so definitely not quite as much of a sparkly high there, and a little bit more of an organic, woodsy sounding, in other words, really tweedy sounding mid-range. That's kind of neat, especially for the pig nose, which tends to be overly bright to begin with. As a matter of fact, right now I'm running the bass pretty wide open, the mid control almost all the way down, and the treble only about a third of the way up on the amp. Let's try. I'm fully up in the neck pickup now, and I'll start on this smooth cone and then switch over. You'll hear me switch over to the rib cone. You ready? Yeah. Like I said, are you ready? To the ribbed! Back to the smooth. To the ribbed. Okay, wow. Absolutely, the smooth cone lives up to its name. It is the smoother sounding speaker. Okay, I could tell this may be the speaker that ends up in the pig nose, because like I said, the pig nose has a tendency to be a little overly bright. Of course, it's a 110 amp in a tiny cabinet. What do you expect, right? Let's go ahead and go for some higher gain stuff just for the fun of it here, okay? And I am in fact back on the bridge humbucker now, and I'm starting out on the ribbed cone, the traditional WGS G10. And we go over. That's the smooth cone. And that's the ribbed. Again, that's ribbed. Here's a smooth. Okay, they seem to have about the same resonant frequency, now don't they? Because it was feeding back at about the same frequency. Okay, well, hey, there you go. I'm going to call that the end of this particular test. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, the smooth cone does exactly what we would have expected it to do, and that is it's a little warmer sounding, a little smoother sounding. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, it would be a great choice for an amp that you want to actually warm up a little bit. It's still got great sensitivity. It's not some of the older smooth cone speakers you find might not be that way if they work at all, and a lot of them won't. Probably would not be the right choice for an amp that you really want a lot of nice, sparkly, bright brilliance out of, but pretty darn cool, especially if you got something like this pig nose and you want to make it sound a little more like a Tweed Deluxe Reverb, for instance. A very good choice indeed. Or harmonica players, you ought to fall in love with this speaker. Actually, harmonica players, this speaker in the pig nose, and you will go into gigs with people laughing at you, and you will go out of gigs with people getting your phone number. Okay, just that's all I got. Hey, thanks. I tell you what, next week we are going to be comparing some speakers that I had specially made just for me and just for comparisons, and that is, you're going to finally get to hear my amp that never existed. That is the 65 Blackface Bassman that I've got in a 112 cabinet. It's basically the same size as a Deluxe Reverb, only got twice the watts of whoop ass, So that you're going to get to hear next week, and I'm going to compare the 4-ohm 12-inch Fane speaker that I've had in that ever since I made it into a combo to some 4-ohm custom order WGS 12s. And man, that'll be interesting, because let me tell you, that Fane is a mother of a speaker. It's a great sounding speaker, and I'm going to be really interested. We're going to actually have, I think I've got a 4-ohm Reaper HP. I've got a 4-ohm ET65, and a couple of other 4-ohm speakers from WGS. I'm going to try in that amp, and we'll see what happens. So, hey, that's all for now. Be sure to come back next week, right?